My name is Andrew Raines, and I'm in Troop 477 at First Presbyterian Church in Florence, South Carolina. And for my Eagle Scout project, I'm interviewing several World War II veterans from Central Methodist congregation. And here today we have Mr. Hugh Merriman.
Deja vu, like Groundhog Day.
So, where were you born, Mr. Hugh?
I was born in St. Stevens, South Carolina.
And when was that?
August the 7th, 1921.
You get pretty personal, aren't you?
Did you attend college?
I went to Clemson for 1 semester.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
1 brother.
So how old were you when you joined the Army?
What now?
How old were you when you joined the Army?
I must have been about 24.
24.
24.
Okay. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I signed immediate induction.
So had you ever thought about serving in the military before?
Never.
You just decided it was necessary?
I was in the Boy Scouts.
You were? You were a good boy then, right? So, how long had the war been going on before you joined?
I imagine
It was 1944 when you went in.
Okay, so just a couple of years.
1944 when I went in.
About that 4 years.
So were you proud, excited, anxious? What did you feel when you first joined?
What?
Were you proud or scared or
No,
what did you feel?
I just made up my mind I was going to have to go in there. So I went.
So where did you get your basic training at?
At Camp Fort Louisiana.
Okay. And what job were you trained for?
I was trained to, I don't know. I think I got basic training. How long was basic training?
I don't know.
How long was it?
Basic training,
Yeah.
6 weeks.
All right, and how long was
I was 6 weeks in Florida.
yeah.
Took training and went home for 2 weeks and then shipped me off to Europe to go to war.
Well, see, I had 6 weeks, and then I think that you had 6 weeks of more special training.
Oh, I didn't get no special training except when I was chose to use.
Well, I had special training. So I got 6 weeks, and when I got to Wyoming, they said, well, you haven't been on the rifle range, so you'll have to go again.
I was on a rifle range.
You
Yeah. Yeah, I was in Florida taking my training at Camp Rang. Everybody goes through the town to go to Florida. That we took our training.
But I went
16 weeks after we.
I took 6 more weeks.
Oh well, I tried to, but my father said no. You've had enough. Because I wanted to go in the paratroopers, and he said no, you're not going in no paratroopers. He said, you're going to go wherever they put you, not what you want.
So, I stayed there a good while, I don't know how long. And then we went to Indian Town Gap. That was the waiting station to board ships. So I stayed there about how long? 6 weeks. How long did we stay there? In Town Gap.
Oh, about 3 weeks.
Huh?
I was up there and we stayed about 3 weeks at Lebanon, Pennsylvania, waiting for you to leave.
Alright. So we went somewhere in Virginia and caught the boat and stayed on the boat 30 days. And one time on the boat, a ship was fired at us from off to our right, and so that there were a lot of railroad people on the boat. They covered the message, and they said, "Stop, you're staring into a minefield. Stop, and leader will contact you." So, sure enough, the leader came over then. He sent us back a couple of miles and over 2 miles and said, "Resume your course." And then we went on over to I believe it was, I don't know where it was, anyhow, we stopped for a few days and got a haircut. And then we went over to Karamshaw, and that was the port for Iran. And we went I went up half the country, and I don't even remember the little town I went to, but I know I didn't do anything. The boys wanted to know if I played football or baseball. I told them I didn't play either one. And so I stayed there, but how long did I stay there? For 6 months or 5 months?
Yeah, about 5 or 6 months.
And I boarded a flight back. Those fellows had been there for 5 and 6 years, and I'd been there for 5 and 6 weeks. And I was flying back with them, and we stopped in. They had flights for so many miles, and then they would change again, and you'd fly, keep on going. And I remember one time we stopped in Casablanca. I don't know where all else, but anyhow, we finally ended up at a little island over going home, and we flew to the States, and it was too windy to do anything, so I couldn't land. It was too stormy, and so we had to go up a little further, and one thing I remember, I was behind the fella calling home, and this boy was right ahead of me, he's calling home. And his little daughter answered the phone, and she was 13 years old. And the last time he saw her, she was 8. And the little girl started hollering, "Mama, Mama, it's Daddy." And his wife come to the phone. He said, "I'll call you back." And then I got the phone call. And then after that, I was scared I was going to have to go to the other war. And I didn't have to go to the other war. I went to Camp Blanding, Florence. And that's when you got out with 85 points. And all these boys coming down there, they coming down in there. Had 185 points. And they was riding them into to connect. We had 8 miles, and we would ride from the 8 miles into town, and I'd cut off from the train and then run in the other leg of a wire, and then they would back down on it and take it off. And the other way, I would do it again. And I had two ways to go. I got to go one way to the seaboard, and we had another train to haul in the troops to connect with the southern, and that's the way we switch them in. And then one day I got my call. We stayed. How long we stayed at?
Oh, at Camp Landing, about 6 months.
And I got a call.
We had our little girl with us. She's 73 now.
So Margaret got to stay with you at all your camps when you were, since y'all were married. She got to travel with you while you were doing all your basic training, and when you got back to the States, she
do what?
So Margaret, your wife got to stay with you, or y'all stayed in together during your basic training, your different camps before you went overseas.
Yeah, she came to Wyoming first.
Yeah.
And then she went to Virginia.
Yeah.
And then she went to
Is it Pennsylvania or something?
where was I?
Fort Pope?
Huh?
Fort Pope? Louisiana? Or?
When you,
She went to Virginia. She didn't go to Pope.
and then when you returned to the States, she met you there at the camp where you were
Where did we meet when you come up? Well, when I come home.
You were in a transportation unit the whole time he was in service. So he was still running trains.
And I could still ride a pass.
doesn't cost you anything to go on a train anymore.
Huh?
You still got a free pass for riding on trains.
Yes, sir. I had 5 years service.
So when you were in that town in Europe, you were in the transportation unit. You were moving troops the whole time.
I never did get assigned anything, but I did hustle some of the engines. They had brand new diesels,
Yeah. So that was near the end of the war, and when you were over there?
Yeah, the war. I think the war ended when I was going overseas.
Okay. That month or so on the boat going over? Sounded like you flew back, you were talking about all your stops would sound like Frank's southern route down to the South America and then up to the tip of Africa to get to Italy when you were bringing your bombers over. Sounds like that's the route that you took, you got to fly home instead of come home on a boat.
I didn't earn my keep.
You didn't earn your keep?
I was just,
Yeah. Well, it was the end of the war. So you got fortunate.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Mr. Paul here spent a year in a POW camp and charged up the hill at Normandy, and Frank got killed about 5 or 6 different times in his airplane and as a tail gunner. And my dad was in the Merchant Marines. I don't know if he ever saw too much action either. Transportation unit sounds like a pretty safe bet to get into. Good thing. When did you decide you wanted to go in the career of in the railroad? When did you decide on a career in the railroad? In high school, or did you have family that worked in the railroad?
No, I was going to Clemson,
Yeah.
and I wanted to get married, so
Found the girl of your dreams here.
I got married the second payday.
Second payday.
And we've been married 75 years.
Congratulations. That's remarkable. Silver, the gold, no, that's 75. Diamond anniversary, right? Did you buy her some new diamonds?
Yeah, I did. You got a
That
diamond?
was, diamonds never were on my list.
Okay.
But anyway, I tell people that we've been married 75 years, and most of the time we still like each other.
Most of the time.
Yeah. We have had disagreement just like everybody.
That was the end of my war. That was for excuse for doing the war.
Well,
Service
never
is
did.
appreciated still.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. You didn't know what you were getting into. You could have seen a lot more.
And what affected me more was coming back. I hit an automobile up in North Carolina and killed 9 people. And that
With your train.
I couldn't work for a long time. And,
I know Frank said he was always aiming, or their mission was always aiming at not people but targets, oil fields, and so he never had to see somebody in the eye and shoot him. I don't know about Paul going up storming the beaches of Normandy. I think he might have been shooting at some folks there, some of those Germans. Yeah.
2 very, very different stories, but both just as valuable.
Yeah.
We thank you both for your service. It's
Yeah.
good talking to you.
good talking to you, sir.